This was a story that has sort of like been semi buried because I have heard nothing about this since it happened. I don't know what group did it. I have no idea what is going on, but this article contains the most information that I could find. I wanted to wait a little bit before more information came out, but it's been about a week or something and there's still nothing. So I don't know, but I'll go through the article anyway. But yes, protesters claimed to seize Edinburgh Castle under Article 61 of Magna Carta. Yes, Edinburgh. It's been quite a while since Edinburgh Castle was last put to siege. I think the last one was 1751 during the Jacobite Rebellion. I think so. I'm probably wrong on that date. In the 13-minute video, a woman says the castle belongs to the people and that they are taking our power back. Now, under Article 61 of the Magna Carta, now, a group of protesters identifying themselves as peaceful, sovereign people have claimed to seize Edinburgh Castle. So basically, this group is they're the Scottish equivalent of sovereign citizens. That's I think that, judging by the things that they said in the video and the stuff in this article, they are a group who are the Scottish equivalent of sovereign citizens, except they use the Magna Carta. The small group was seen at the landmark in a Facebook Live video on Tuesday afternoon, with Police Scotland confirming officers were still in attendance hours later. In the 13-minute video, a woman says the castle belongs to the people and they are taking our power back. And I watched a bit of the video and it's kind of, this castle belongs to the Scottish people and we are taking the power back. And then, please, and I feel dead bad because there's a wee member of staff. He's just a steward, like he's just a guy to like guide tourists, and he's just standing there with his hands behind his back, looking at them like, all right, okay, okay. And he looks so awkward because he's no idea what to do, and I felt quite bad for the guy. He's just sitting there listening to these like maniacs like saying all this to him, and it's like, I mean, the man doesn't run the castle. He's just a steward. Like, he's just working there. So he's probably a student. He just wants some bevy money at the weekend. She adds that the Scottish people have been lied to all our lives and that the building belongs to us. We have taken the castle back in an effort to restore the rule of law. Another man says, treason's been going on for that long now. We can't sit back and let everybody perish under the stupid legislation and fraudulent government tyranny. So let's just take it all back, not just the castle. The woman then speaking again, calling for no more enslavement and the people and Commonwealth are going to be free. She tells viewers they are going to take everybody down, including the government, the courts, and the crown is coming down today. Now, one thing, right, I am no legal expert. I've ran in one or two elections, so I have a little bit of an understanding of how politics works. But I think that capturing a tourist destination, essentially, doesn't automatically dissolve the government. I don't think that is how it works. Right now, Edinburgh Castle is not a seat of power at any point anymore. I mean, it does contain some important artifacts and stuff like that, but it doesn't contain any. At one point, it contained a lot of government offices, officials, documents, things like that. But not the case anymore. It is a tourist destination. So when you go in and you take it over, that doesn't make you in charge or dissolve the government, right? I mean, it's not as if like someone came into like Big Stuggy and whispered into your ear, they've taken Edinburgh Castle, and she just went fuck and just got the cardboard box and started like emptying her desk like that. Well, that's me then, but unfortunately it doesn't work like that. It'd be fucking great if it worked like that, but unfortunately it does not work like that. I mean, if you were laying siege to it, if you actually managed to barricade it, Edinburgh Castle is an extremely defensible position. I don't think it ever fell. I think it had 27 sieges, and Edinburgh Castle never fell once. Most sieged castle in Europe, by the way. And I don't think it ever fell once. I believe that. Don't quote me on that. My history on it's quite rusty. But however, capturing a tourist destination doesn't make the entire country fall and dissolve the government. It would be wonderful if it worked like that. Make my job a lot easier. It would be wonderful, but unfortunately, no. That is like me going to America and like commandeering like the Statue of Liberty and saying I'm in charge now. Like and then like Kamala Harris is just like fuck and the CIA are like fuck and then Biden's like where am I? Right. So yeah, it doesn't work like that. After saying the group is putting we the people back into power, a second man adds, "We are the people." Now in Scotland, that has a few meanings. I believe he meant it in a libertarian, sovereign citizen type of sense, and not in the other sense. I believe so. Why is this advert here? This has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. The woman also claims corrupt, evil, satanic paedophiles are, are running this country, and Scots have been kept like peasants for for 800 years. Corrupt, evil, satanic pedophiles are running this country. Literal vampire potbelly goblins are hobbling around coming after us. Like, um, I, I feel, I feel that sentence is only a little correct, which is the way Alex Jones intended it. It is a little bit correct, just definitely not as hyperbolized as that. Um, as police appear, he shouts, "Notice to compel." And because if you do that, that makes all the police go fuck, and they can't do anything. And he informs the officers that they are seizing the castle under Article 61 of Magna Carta, the only law in the land which predates the Act of the Union. Now, unfortunately, the Magna Carta is a wonderful document. It is an excellent, fantastic legal document, and I wish it was still in place. However, it was invalidated by the Act of the Union. I mean, if you want to bring the Magna Carta back, I'm all for it. I'm all for that. But unfortunately, it's not considered legislation anymore. Wish it was. The woman says she has put the Police Scotland Chief Constable Ian Livingston on notice about them taking the castle. You're on notice, mate. You're on notice, big man. I'm taking a fucking castle, pal. You're on fucking notice. One officer asked the woman for her name, which she says she is not obliged to do, before identifying herself anyway. The police constable then asks, "How many more people are you expecting to come to Edinburgh Castle today to join your protest?" When she tells him, "It's not a protest, we are actually taking it back," he replies, "Right, no worries." that's so dismissive. Police officer, like, aye, alright then. Alright, oh, you're taking the castle? Right, no worries. That was so dismissive. A Police Scotland spokesman said, "Officers are currently in attendance at Edinburgh Castle and are engaged with a group of people who are gathered within the castle grounds," and then adverts. Right, now, I got bits and pieces about what happened. Apparently, they got into the front gate and then they were, like, blocked, right? So, they breached the defences, which is more than any other army in history has done, right? But, however, they didn't actually, like, take the castle, right? But apparently there was a little bit of a scuffle where a police officer got injured and one man got arrested. And from the bits and pieces that I heard, basically the police officer tried to grab the guy and, like, push him out. And the guy sort of did this, like, push, but, like, into the officer's face, which resulted in, like, I think a burst lip. That was what I heard, but none of that has been confirmed. But, I mean, I have heard nothing about this, like, since then. I don't know what group it was. I don't know who these people were. I don't know how many arrests or, like, what the fallout was or anything like that. I don't know anything further about what happened. It seems that this just sort of kind of get buried, and I think the reason this story get buried is because, there was a little thing that happened in Afghanistan recently. So I believe that's why we've not heard anything more about it. But I mean, hopefully we'll hear a little bit more. I mean, if anybody knows who these people were, then, feel free to, like, comment down below and everything, because I would like to know. I would like a little bit further information. But yeah, I mean, I mean, congratulations at least on getting further than any army from history has done. You actually did breach the defences, but sadly, capturing a tourist destination doesn't dissolve the government. But it would be fantastic if it did.